Well, this is it. We do have ourselves probably more than likely one of perhaps maybe the longest video on my entire channel, right? I've been begged literally on the knees, by the way, to take a look at Gigguk, Mr. Garnt, the man himself that literally saved my Fate viewing experience, right? So I do believe it is time to return a favor as the HSR guy that will save the HSR society, right? As the man that sat through every single MSQ without fail, we're gonna take a look at Mr. Garnt's badly explaining the entire plot of Honkai Star Rail. Now, if you guys have seen my channel for the past couple of, I would say, days and weeks, we have been playing a lot of other different stories, such as, for example, Warring Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, and I logged in every single goddamn time. Because if I can log in for a 10-hour quest for HSR, there's nothing in the Gachaverse that can prevent me from logging out, right? So without further ado, let's see what Mr. Garnt has to say.
Honkai Star Rail is a game from HSR and is one of their latest attempts to ensure I cry myself to sleep at night for not being able to collect my favorite fictional anime characters. You may know them from the worldwide sensation Genshin Impact to my credit rating, but this is not Genshin Impact 2 or Honkai Impact 4th. This is a completely standalone game about traveling across the universe, saving different worlds like Space Canada, Space China, and Space Birmingham, featuring—
Okay, wait, actually, Chat, if you think about it, right, we technically didn't really save them. We basically helped them to alleviate a situation that may or may not have led to calamity. Because, like, for example, in, let's just say, Amphoreus, we technically didn't really save Amphoreus. Because, let's just be so for real, Final was the GOAT, right? Final was like hard carrying all the way through to Amphoreus. And then we were like the guy that comes in when the enemy is left with 1 HP, and then you cast Ignite to get the kill. You know what I'm saying? And then you could also argue the same thing for Penacony, right? Like, we were literally hand-carried by Firefly, by the way. We were hand-carried by Firefly as a grown-ass man, and just shot up across the stars, and then just boom, and then panic up. So, like, honestly, it's not really just because about we have a lot of multiple characters, if I can say so myself. Also, yeah, this pause stream is absolutely diabolical. I didn't even notice it, by the way.
Bring some of the most canonically straight women you can find in gaming.
Girls, isn't it?
This is a gacha game, which is a genre of game where the main goal is to pull for anime characters you are most physically attracted to with an infinitesimally small chance of actually obtaining them. My personal strategy boils down to a simple flowchart.
You know what doesn't have 0.6%? You know what has 3% SSR rates?
Personal strategy boils down to a simple flowchart, wherein if there is a new character I can respectfully refer to as Mummy, I will violently do everything in my power to try to acquire them, only to get jump scared at the sight of receiving a child.
Surprise, motherfucker!
I can assure you that the E5 Clara—
Oh my god, he has a E5 Clara! Yo, mods, check his hard drive.
was achieved totally against my will, and I am not trying to cosplay the protagonist from Black Bullet.
But Gigguk, what's the real gameplay?
That is the real gameplay.
Oh, okay.
And yet Star Rail has tacked on an entire bonus game on top of that, where you can gather a team of people, which in my case by complete coincidence all happen to be attractive women, traveling around the cosmos, taking it in turns, smacking each other with increasingly pretty animation.
Wait, he's a
which is
DOT
commonly
mate?
referred to in the industry as turn-based combat.
Yo, Garnt is a DOT main, chat.
Where I get all the turns. As you can see here—
Bro, he's playing Dockeron. He's playing Dockeron Sustainless. Oh my god, he has the bull for hysilens, man. Garnt literally has the bull for hysilens, because I've seen so many B-rolls of him using Black Soul and Kafka, right? Not just from like the actual gameplay footage, but even like the Penacony, the Thespian legs when he does. Bro, he has the bull for hysilens, bro.
Here, my team I've named Weeaboo Mother's Day can do what I thought was a respectable amount of damage to get me through the story missions. And then you log into YouTube and find out there are people hitting enemies with a goddamn phone number.
That's a lot of damage!
Should I mention this video is sponsored by Honkai Star Rail?
Oh
This
my
video is
goodness!
sponsored by Honkai Star
Cinema.
Rail. See, over the years, the Star
And there
Rail
it
team
is.
have given me money to get addicted to
That
their
way
game.
himself approve of this
Immediately
visit.
pay back through in-game currency, thus creating a self-sustaining economy with
Holy
more stability
shit.
than the stock market in the past 5 months.
Hell
But
that
today,
way.
HSR have given me my most challenging task yet.
Oh my god.
Understanding all of Honkai Star Rail. See, Honkai Star Rail has one of the most expansive stories featuring intergalactic wars.
You know what's crazy? I feel like if Garnt, I think Garnt might actually know HSR more than I do. Because he went through Fate, right? He literally went through Fate. So I think like if he was able to basically process the entirety of like the whole Fate franchise, he probably has like more potential to at least digest what's going on in HSR. I would say for the main story quest. So there's a very good chance that he might know this more.
Cosmic gods, the entire plot of Starship Troopers with Kamen Rider, and the Lovecraftian nightmare creatures known as Twitch streamers that most people don't even know about. Because in order to access this information, it requires one feat that most gacha gamers are physically unable to do. Read. But as an PVC with a master's in engineering, Hoyoverse can clearly see that my reading skills are unparalleled. The potentially...
Yo, by the way, your editors, if you're watching this, you take note, by the way.
Hoyoverse can clearly see that my...
This video is not just for like, not just for ourselves to, enjoy. Y'all gotta take note as well, right? This is the editorial skills that I would expect an upgrade in the future for all of our videos, right?
Reading skills are unparalleled. The potentially cutthroat cohabitation
in the beginning,
and following the release of their biggest collaboration ever with Fate Stay Night and Blade Works that's out right now, I thought I'd take a page out of my Fate days and break down the Honkai Star Rail universe for newbies and veterans, because sometimes when you're playing the game and hear a sentence like
Jing Yuan, one of the Arbiter Generals of the Cloud Knights and the Xianzhou Alliance on the Luofu, currently looking for disciples of Sanctus Medicus who are also trying to revive the
you might as well be speaking to me in wingdings, but today I'll explain everything like you have the IQ of March 7th, and by the end of this video, you will see that Honkai Star Rail is shockingly uncomplicated. And I can assure you, this is the short version.
Yo, Anders!
God damn it, it's another child!
Yo, Anders, write that down. Write that down, right? Write that down.
Steve Handjobs is
Write that down.
Hello guys, it's been a while.
And there
Welcome
it is.
to my second TED Talk where we talk about the Honkai Star Rail universe. Now before we fully dive into the story, there are a few core concepts everyone needs to know so that you can fully understand everything that's going on.
Crazy, bro.
The huge dialogue skipper who lets every fight...
Bro, these edits are crazy.
I've never done that myself. First and foremost, we have paths. But what is a path? I'm walking a path right now. No. In Honkai Star Rail, paths are totally different. See, they are these universal philosophical concepts that anyone can believe.
Wait, where's Remembrance? Bro, you know Cinema Sins? I'm not sure if you guys watch this channel called Cinema Sins, where they basically have a counter for every single sin that went wrong in the movie. Bro, that's our first sin right here. No remembrance out, right? That's 1 point over there.
That was a lot of big words for the average gacha player, so let me simplify it down for you. It's how you think, dummy. Let's say a person believes in preserving and protecting life. Well, they probably believe in the path of preservation. Whoa. Get that, vegans? Oh, you hate conflict and think everyone should just get along? Well, harmony seems right up your alley. That's right. Paths are to weebs in the Star Rail universe what astrology is to white women. In-game, this translates to different gameplay mechanics. A preservation character, for example, probably means they have a lot of shielding and can tank a lot of damage. Abundance characters, well, there's your healers. And destruction characters, destroy.
Nobody uses Natasha, by the way.
It's getting really complicated. And in the universe, anyone who practices a certain belief of any path is...
Okay, Iru, I will fill my whole body. I just don't know how Garn has his camera angle fitting him, because your streamer is like 6'2", right? I'm like giga tall. No, when I stand up, the camera literally cannot fit me, right? So I'm just like...
A path strider. They walk that lonely road, the only road that they have ever known. I think I just quoted Green Day. And in rare cases, any one being who explores the concepts of their path in its entirety
I need a bigger room. Yeah, Singapore is too small. Can I order by my new house?
As deeply as one can, they can ascend to become an Eon. Eons are essentially these godlike beings that completely embody one singular path. Let's take Nanook, for example. He is the Eon for the path of destruction. What does that mean? He is a hater. He is a hater on a level that no other being has ever seen.
He is a Kuro bot, and there it is. He is a Hoyo show. He is a gacha tribalist. Ooh.
It's everyone, everything. His hatred transcends racism, sexism, because he hates everyone equally. His path represents the belief that the creation of the universe was a mistake, so he wants to destroy everything. Once again, proving that men would rather eradicate all life in the universe than go to therapy. Like, damn bro, you good? Can't you just like, get a pint, build a log cabin, start a podcast like the rest of us? So my wife has actually just started playing Honkai Star Rail, and I have a quote from her about her interpretation of Nanook. He's just a little hottie with a body. Yes, okay, maybe he wants to destroy a universe or two, but he's just an edgy little bad boy. Shut the fuck up and look at those pecs. Look at that emo fringe. Let me nuzzle in that yellow chest, Gussie.
So that is basically for Vola, right? It's literally like bar for bar, right? You know, for Vola, she might have caused, like, almost caused, not even caused, but almost caused a genocide. She might have killed, like, I don't know, like a few 100,000-ish. A little bit, but she was having a bad day. Alright, she got ghosted by Trailblade. She got ghosted by Rover, bro. Right, so she was just having a bad day. It is the exact same principle.
Now in the Star Rail universe, there are all these different factions that basically boil down to following one Eon. They see their philosophy and goes, you know what?
Blue.
We can make a religion out of that. Well, why don't they make a path for gooning? I bet I can be a follower for that path. Well, joke's on you, there is a path for that. It's called the Path of Propagation, and here is your Eon. Tazironth, an Eon whose sole motivation is to propagate and spread themselves across the universe.
Technically, he is right. Technically, that is
of intense loneliness. He started self-replicating so much that he started a disaster that threatened the entire universe. So much so that other Eons needed to step in and be like, bro, can you stop gooning for 5 seconds? Imagine gooning so hard you almost wipe out the entire universe in the process. I wouldn't even be mad, I'd just be impressed. Honestly, knowing the Honkai Star Rail fanbase, that's probably the path they'd follow.
I knew you would come.
Now below the Eons, you have the Emanators. Now these are people that have been acknowledged by the Eons themselves and have been given extra powerful abilities, which is actually a big fat fucking lie, because most of the Emanators that we've met so far have never even spoken to that bloody Eon. But
yeah, because they got power grip. So eventually, when eventually do get a chance to speak and like get the gaze of the Eon and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, by the time that happens, they already got power grip. So you can take a look at Aggron over here. Bro was supposed to be the heart of the universe, and then eventually we got to find out like who the fuck even is this bitch anymore. Right? So
don't worry about that, because one thing you come to realize is that just because a specific faction follows a specific Eon.
Oh my god, he even mentioned the Annihilation gang, guys. Oh my god, bro, this was like, oh my god, bro, this is the equivalent of like, I don't even know, like drip marketing. Like it was almost like, oh my god, they're gonna be so cool, and then they became relics, or at least Grand Duke became relics. I still don't know what the hell happened to the rest, but like, oh
Eon,
my god, that was
doesn't necessarily mean the Eon actually fucks with them. Like there are some factions who can be like, we follow the path of destruction. Nanook is our god. And Nanook can be like, who is this man's? Why does everyone keep saying this is my man's? This isn't my man's. In summary, for all you power scalers out there, you got Eons at the top, then below them you got the Emanators, then below them you got the Path Striders and factions that follow the Eons' beliefs. Then you multiply this by 18, because that's how many paths are currently in Honkai Star Rail. And that's where the lore of Honkai Star Rail can be a little daunting, because
wait, so we're gonna be getting new paths, right? Theoretically speaking. I mean, we already got one. And if there are 80, okay, some of the paths they went extinct, right? Like for example, Tarzan got wiped out on account of, right? But maybe we might be getting a couple of new paths by the end of this year, or maybe like once a year. Oh wait, this might be like the life cycle of HSR. So one brand new path every single year. So this year was Remembrance. I don't know what the hell it's gonna be next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year. I am guessing if I had to like pick one path that's like the most prominent so far in all of the story, it's probably Aha. Because we have seen Sparkle quite frequently, right? And Sparkle just got a collab in Honkai Impact, right? So we wait, Sambo was literally in the game of Honkai Impact. So if I had to make a just a brand new guess, it's probably gonna be Aha. Right?
There are so many characters, so many titles,
just
so
guessing,
many
just guessing.
factions.
Purely
when you break
from
it all down, it all comes down to which path does a particular character follow. Everyone and every faction has a different drive and goal based on the path they follow, and all of the conflict in Honkai Star Rail revolves around the opposing beliefs that each path strider has. Did you get all that? Good. We can finally start at the beginning of the story. Our story starts at the Herta space station, an amalgamation of a bunch of nerds who have a hard-on for the one and only Herta, the goddamn genius.
Yay.
Philosophical hard-on, not an actual hard-on.
Yay.
I assume. Yes, this is one of the smartest individuals in the entire universe. A sassy lost child. Or her puppet.
Wait, is Polka smarter than Herta?
You have a girl about as privileged as Seadog-VA, your diversity hires, and a dignified woman whose hobbies include theatre, desserts, and breaking the Geneva Convention. At the station, they research all things that piques this little shithead's curiosity, and it's here that we get introduced to the first factions that will play a massive role in the entire narrative. First and foremost, you have the Nameless, which is an interesting name because constantly in the game, people can be like, hey guys, I'm Himiko, I'm a Nameless, so what's your name? Himiko. Bruh. This faction follows the Eon of Trailblades,
Oh my
Akivili,
God.
which is the path that we follow.
This is what
Akivili.
probably looked like. This recreation identifies
Akivili. They're all about traveling the universe, going on a bunch of adventures, making a bunch of friends, the Luofu of the Honkai Star Rail universe.
Oh my God, wait, this reference is so fucking good. It literally is like the protagonist of an anime, you know, I know it's like mainstream animes. You are like going on a and then you're like gonna collect new friends, you meet new nakamas, bro. You meet new nakamas along the way, right? Some nakamas might be your enemies, some nakamas might just be like trouble individual, but eventually all of your nakamas will come together with this adventure with you as the main protagonist.
And this is our Going Merry. The train thing. The Astral Express. I knew that. See, unlike other Eons who are too good to hang out with pathetic humans, Akivili was that cool older uncle Eon who'd hang around with the kids and occasionally sneak them beers when nobody's watching. Which I have no idea about. They were just a chill guy. So chill in fact that one day they mysteriously just fucked off. Nobody knows where they went. If they're alive, it was just the ultimate Irish goodbye. Now, at the opposite end of the spectrum, you have the Antimatter Legion. Remember our favorite edgelord Eon Nanook? Well, he was so edgy that he inspired other edgelords who don't want anything other than to see the universe burn. So they just go around fucking up other people's shit in the name of Nanook, being an overall vibe killer, and conveniently show up whenever there's a Stellaron. Wait, what is a Stellaron?
That's a great question.
A little closer. Listen up, because Stellarons are massively important throughout the entire story of Honkai Star Rail. I don't know. Look, all we're told is that they're these weird, mysterious things that pop up every now and again.
I mean, technically, there really isn't like a definition, right? There isn't a true blue definition of like what is a Stellaron. Because like, for example, Stelly, she almost exploded at the start of the game, right? And somehow Welt just like bonged Stelly, and then like the thing stopped. I think even till this point is like there isn't really like a is it a nuke? Is it a bomb? Is it like the thing that gonna destroy the whole universe? Because like I don't think there has been a proper
disaster wherever they
like
appear.
one bonk.
Nanook loves them, probably because he has a hard-on for disasters, and his other name is the Cancer of All Worlds, which leads us right here to our wildcard faction, the Stellaron Hunters. Why are they called the Stellaron Hunters? They hunt Stellarons. Innit? Right now we don't exactly know why we're hunting Stellarons, but what we do know is that one of the characters is named Kafka, and it's probably the sole reason you first put money into this game. Don't lie to me, I see the date of your transaction history. What's this? I'm getting word from my producer that we actually have footage of Star Rail fans reacting to Kafka's introduction. Let's have a look. Ow! Jesus Christ, guys.
I knew you would.
And they actually kick off the...
You would never catch me doing that. It might be chat, right? I don't know who they are, but I know on good conscience, right? On my morals, bro. On my morals, I would never do that, bro. That is absolutely
events of this game, because Herta, the goddamn genius Herta, thought it would be a great idea to leave a Stellaron hanging around somewhere on her station. And the game literally starts by Kafka breaking in and chest-fisting a Stellaron into an artificial body that awakens us, the Trailblazer. Yes, Kafka technically birthed us. That basically means that she is our mommy. Look guys, I don't make the rules, that's just the way it is. I'm just conveying to you the message Hoyoverse clearly wants us all to hear. This is literally the first thing you see when you wake up. And as a newborn, our first...
I bet every single gacha game does this. Like, it is like literally the exact same camera angle. So you are the main character, You are like eyes closed, you lost your memories, you reincarnate that, wherever the fuck it's gonna be, and then you open your eyes and you look up into a giant pair of badongadonks. It's always the same photo, bro. Like whichever, it's always you eyes look up badongadonks.
Words.
Same formula.
This is also where we get to meet the current Astral Express crew, which is the crew that will be staying with us throughout the entire journey. First, we have Zumi's Incarnate, March 7th, who is not exactly the brightest
Bro
girl.
uses
She's
TikTok,
the type of girl
for
who
sure.
tried to solve the issue of racism by running, but that might be because she was found in this huge block of ice Avatar style and has no memories of the life she lived before. So she decided to name herself after the date they found her.
But Dad, I was born in September. Why am I named?
Shut up, drunk New Year's party January 1st. Then there's Dan Hung, the brooding quiet kid who seems to have a mysterious past. I have another quote from my wife about Dan Hung. I tried zooming in closely, but as you can see, he is not very hung. So that was a fucking lie, but okay. He ain't no bad boy Nanook. Then of course you have the mum and dad of the Astral Express. Welt, who is actually a character for Honkai Impact 3rd, but
Whoa.
lost there and woke up
It's
in
the
the
same
wrong
photo.
game. And of course this person, which is Himiko, but not this Himiko. This is a totally different Himiko from
Wait, she's
Honkai
alive?
Impact 3rd, which is different from this Himiko, who is Himiko from Honkai Gakuen 2.
Who the hell is that? Holy shit. Himiko from Honkai Gaku N2. I've never seen that in my entire life, by the way. Holy shit. Oh, they both died? Oh, okay.
And this is him. Miko from Genshin Impact, no relation. And this, of course, is Saber. The only Saber in the Honkai universe.
Great.
So far. A little bit of trivia. One of the
Borneo.
Hoyoverse founders, Dewey's favorite
Dewey.
character happens to be Misato from Evangelion. And his favorite character from every Honkai game just happens to be Himiko. Alright, so I see what you're putting down. So with the Stellaron stuck in us and no other memory of where we came from, what else is there to do but to join the Astral Express crew? Because if we choose not to, the game ends there. Our first stop is Jarilo-VI, a snow world stuck in a permanent ice age called the Eternal Freeze, leaving most of its landmass uninhabited, save for a few settlements. Yes, it's Space Canada. Without the maple syrup. Here you can find...
I always thought Penacony was a space rusher. There's no space rusher. It gave me
legally
similar
distinct
vibes.
Joseph Joestar, legally distinct Ilya and Bazaka,
wow,
and
wow.
of course Zila and Bronya, who have a bit of a history. See here, they become
Wait, you know
ready-
what? Fun fact, they literally
Of course,
kissed,
Zila
by the
and
way.
Bronya, who-
Like they literally kissed in the game. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys remember. There was this like distinct like little trivia yesterday where like Bronya was like calling Scylla or something, and like they you know in Honkai scenario, right? And I know in like HI3 there was this like short film where they also literally kissed. So yeah. No, this
have a bit of
phone
history.
booth thing I'm about
See
thinking.
here, they become really good friends, but not too good of friends, but just friends who bicker and fight sometimes, but they are still friends. Good friends.
It's a dream, but every dream there's a potential to be canon. So in my head canon, there's canon.
This is unlike other incarnations in the
Whoa.
Honkai verse in different games, when they are also friends. They kiss. Kissy friends. But here, in Star Rail,
Yeah, Vodka
they
and
are
that one
just
definitely kiss.
friends. Now kiss. They're just friends. The main faction you're going to find on Jarilo-VI are the Architects, who are followers of the Eon of Preservation, Clipos. And they're all about building walls and getting other planets to pay for it. They're led by the Supreme
Oh my
Guardian
god,
Cocolia, who is-
bro, Cocolia not being playable is crazy, bro. Oh my god, bro, I still remember like the very first time when I saw Cocolia in Similar Universe, bro, like her design is like, do you ever seen her ass? It's like, the way that the pants go up is it looks like she's wearing like a crotchless, like I don't know what, and you can literally see the whole thing, bro. It's crazy good, bro. It's crazy good.
Her daughter is actually Bronya, and they lead
Yeah, like this particular part over here, like you can see the in-game model, like this part, you can literally just see the whole thing. It's like, oh my god.
lead the
it's
last
crazy.
settlement of humanity, Belobog. But Belobog has its own bog, and that's called the Underworld, which is under the world of Belobog, where they stick all the poor and stinky people.
Oh,
I'm guessing
so
it's
the fucking
mostly stinky
cash-
people. Why? Fucking society, innit? And the Underworld is completely blocked off from the Overworld because society, innit? Life is hard down here. It's dark and dirty, and people have to make ends meet by becoming miners and wandering into the great mines to find valuable resources. Somewhere, a Minecraft YouTuber is getting really excited about the mines, I mean, not the miners. The main enemy types here you can find are vagrants. Vagrants. V-A Grant?
We'll just steal off the miners.
Look, life is hard down there, okay? Who cares if we steal from a miner?
Roger, I'm gonna be completely real. I literally forgot everything. I cannot remember everything that happened in MrPokke, as well as to a certain extent. So I completely forgot. I only remember that we made a choice, right? We played with the Coca-Cola song, and then we
all these us by the millions. So to keep it from becoming a law,
but how do you remember this story, man? It's like you can't remember this. It's not possible. Okay, this is good. Yep, this is good.
Man, I don't know what system of government they have for electing leaders down here in Jarilo-VI, but I think they might be onto something. Things are certainly not optimal for Space Canada thanks to the Eternal Freeze, but life wasn't always like this. See, 1,000 years before the Eternal Freeze, Jarilo-VI was a prosperous place. Intergalactic civilizations start visiting Jarilo-VI hoping to get in contact with the natives.
Gundam
the
ship.
architects set up shop, opened a few Starbucks, and everyone lived in harmony. Until the Stellaron attacked. People started getting shook. Some pieced the fuck out, fearing the calamity it could bring, and this bad bitch named Melissa Rand starts building walls and settlements. Because, of course, the Antimatter Legion show up and are like, guys, come on, let us in. We promise we're not going to destroy anything. Okay, that was a lie. Okay, we're joshing you. We're going to do a little bit of destroying. Starting a 30-year-long war, pushing humanity to its brink. And in desperation, Alyssa Rand hits up the Stellaron and is like, hey, Mr. Stellaron, so can you, like, help us get rid of the Antimatter Legion? You can use any means necessary. By any means necessary. Yep. You do realize I'm a Stellaron, right? You know, bringer of calamity, destruction, disaster. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. So the Stellaron decides to turn the thermostat down a bit. The Antimatter Legion go, brrr, it's cold, I'm out of here. Congratulations, Alyssa, you've successfully repelled the Antimatter Legion. Yay! What's the catch? You've wiped out all other life and made this planet totally uninhabitable. Fuck. And thus begins the Eternal Freeze, until we show up. So what's the storyline of Jarilo-VI? Bitch be wildin'. We rock up in our space train, knock over some trash cans, kick some antimatter.
That's a great recap, guys. I actually really forgot about everything.
Guys, we're here to save you from the Stellaron.
Oh, I still remember, bro, when we first went in, there was like this graffiti that you had to find around. Oh my god, holy nostalgia, bro. You had to go around the city of MrPokke, and there was a different graffitis, right? There was a Stele graffiti, there was a Mark 7 graffiti, there was a Dunking, there was a Sambo. Oh my god, good old days, man. Good old days.
Curly replies, oh, you here to save us? Is that what I heard? Go to jail. Because little do we know, the Stellaron has actually been whispering.
Look at her!
Maria being like, psst, hey, wouldn't it be bants if you just, I don't know, destroyed the world and rebuild it anew? Oh my god. I love Code Geass. Boys, what are we saying? She a 10, but she wants to wipe out all life from the planet. So the entire storyline of this arc is just us trying to take down a mom who's gone a bit loop-de-loop. And it all comes down to one final showdown where everyone teams up. Nameless versus Stellaron. Mother versus daughter. Where we immediately get stabbed. Well, guys, that's it. Game over. Pack it up.
Armor activate. And there it is. Oh my god, I remember this, chat. Holy shit. Oh my god, so much nostalgia, bro. It's crazy.
And beat
the amount of nostalgia. Oh my god, he's the fucking Saval died. Wait, go back. Oh my god, he didn't prove a global passive back in the days. You know, it is a little bit unfortunate. You know,
with the power of rock music and this giant fucking robot bloody mega fisting her into the ground.
Boom.
God damn, this sequence was awesome. Wait a minute. Oh man. Bronya, having killed Cocolia with her own hands, is left in tears, knowing she did the right thing, but still processing the death of her own Mum. Then March 7th comes in like, hey guys, wasn't that so fun? Let's go to the pub and grab a pint. The Celeron is sealed, Bronya becomes Supreme Guardian,
I
the
do
underworld is
remember March
opened up,
7th saying
no
that.
more stinky people, and of course,
Okay, anyways.
Dia and Bronya continue being friends. Job done.
absolutely.
Now we move on to
Yippee! That was a very, very good song from Better Bogu. Yeah, it's pretty chill.
furries, and
But I feel like
scaly
that's also one of the reasons why Better Bogu was like, it was like one of probably like most people's favorite story arcs, right? It was because it was relatively okay to follow, right? You have this pretty classic trope of like this villain thinking like, okay, I will kill this world and rebuild this world. And then you have like used to be scattered factions, you know, the underground people and the people above the ground, and then you all come together to take down this big bad evil. But this big bad evil is like your friends, like your mom, and then she kills her. It's a very, very simple to follow. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. So like because it's not that deep, and like, there was cinema, there was music, and everybody knew exactly what the hell was going on. You know, everyone loved Better Bogu.
live in unison on these ships, with each ship housing different
Holy
races
shit,
and
the first
cultures
mummy.
with names I can barely pronounce. Here you can find people like Space Kongming, Kindergarten Death Battles, Sassy Lost Child version 2, Daniel, the cooler Daniel, and Blade, the embodiment of
Bloody.
Black Air Force energy, literally
Blood.
saving up centuries of hatred, going around looking for just one
Holy
thing.
shit, Yanqing.
A way to die. And he looks like this. And he calls himself Blade. Bro is
Blade.
canonically hundreds of years old and hasn't mentally matured past the age of 14. Now for this story, we're just focusing on the
Luofu.
but it is just one of 6 ships, all together forming the Xianzhou Alliance, which can also be split up into different divisions, run by different groups of people that sometimes have guilds within them, causing factions within factions within factions within factions within factions within... Meaning every character we meet here has a title about as long as your average light
sex
novel
alarm.
name, like they jack off every time Daenerys Targaryen introduces herself. It would take this entire video length just to break down every faction within this one ship. So we are going to focus on what is most important for the main conflict, and that revolves around the long life species that you can find on the ship, which are species that can live long lives, as
Yay.
opposed to the short life species, or baby men, which is what I imagine they're called by the long life
Baby men.
species. First off, we have Foxians, who are fox-like beings with fox-like characteristics,
My
and on the
first
furry scale, they
sponsor, by the
land
way.
about...
King Yun Body
here.
Pillow was my
That's still
first
good,
sponsor.
right? I think that's still good.
What?
You know what? Let me check with my local furry expert. Yo, D, how does that look?
What the fuck? How would I know?
Come on, dude. You know why.
So don't worry, Fei Xiaoming. You guys are
She's not furry. Fei Xiao is not furry, by the way. She is 100% normal. Hell nah. She doesn't even have a tail, bruh. All she has is like literally the furry ears, bruh. Nah, hell no.
still
She's not
safe.
furry.
It's not too late yet.
She's literally not furry.
When the Zone Zero players, please seek professional
Okay,
help.
Paudra
Then we
is
got
something else.
The Vidiharas.
Paudra is something
Vidiharas.
else.
Vidimhara. Vidimen. These are people with dragon-like characteristics who are functionally immortal. But instead of going through one long lifespan, they go through a cycle of rebirth, where after a certain age,
Oh,
they
they're
get
like caterpillars.
reborn while their body gets repaired and lose all their memories. In a process the FBI calls Schrodinger's lolly, where characters can canonically be both 13 and 1300 years old at the same time. And lastly, we got the Xianzhou natives, who bring the main beef to this all-you-can-eat buffet. Many years ago, the Xianzhou Alliance traveled the stars to search for immortality, where they just happened to run into the Aeon of Abundance. Yaoshi. Now,
Yaoshi
she's a giving
baddie,
maybe
bro.
a bit too giving, but don't
Yaoshi
worry about
baddie.
this part of the title. She sees everyone turn up asking for immortality, and she's like, you get immortality, and you get immortality, and you get immortality. What's this I'm holding in my hand? Just don't worry about it. So
what
she
was it?
plants this big ass tree called the Ambrosia Arbor that allows anyone who eats its fruits to become immortal. Yay for trees, guys! We love trees.
Yay!
But unfortunately for the Xianzhou natives, they get so much immortality and live for so long that eventually they fall into madness and the body mutates into this zombie tree-like thing that they call Mara Strike. And so once everyone realizes that immortality isn't everything it's cracked up to be, they all start to turn on this all-giving Aeon of Abundance. And it's like, fuck you, fuck everything you stand for, fuck all your followers, and fuck your stupid little arms. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of feel bad for Yaoshi. Like, aside from this, there was also a time when the Foxians were going through a famine.
Okay, I wouldn't feel bad for Yaoshi because, like, even though you might say that, okay, yeah, they technically asked for the abundance, you just gave them what they want. It is also because of her own ulterior motive, no? Because she does represent abundance, so it is within her interest to see how abundance spreads in the entire world. So, like, even though it just so happens that, okay, these people unknowingly were like, yep, give us abundance. They're like, oh shit, I might as well just give you all the abundance, you know. But I don't think it was purely from a place of like, oh, let me help these poor people out. It's just like, oh yeah, just another chance to basically propagate my abundance all over the world.
For Yaoshi. Like,
She?
aside from this,
Wait,
there was also a time
Wait, she's a he? Oh, it's a they? Oh, it's a they them. Oh, it's a they them.
when
Alright,
the Foxians were going through a famine on their planet. So in desperation, they ask Yaoshi to give them some food. She plants so
Bro! He said she! The lore guy says she, right? I'm not gonna go on this path or phone this video if it's a she, it's a she, and there
much food for them that eventually it spurs a population explosion that kills their ecosystem.
Is he done? He's done. He's done. He said she. Ooh, he's
And
done.
destroys their planet. Like, when are people going to learn that her name is the
Her
Eon
name.
of abundance?
He's done.
Not the Eon of, okay, just tell me when. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, yeah, you can stop now. That's enough slices. Because in response to the immortality epidemic, everyone on the
Luofu.
who changes their path to the path of the hunt. Now, the path of the hunt is similar in philosophy to the path to destruction, but unlike Nanook, who is like, fuck everyone, the hunt is more like, fuck you, just you. Fuck you in particular. Like the Eon of the Hunt, Lan, is the self-proclaimed
Oh my god! It's golden.
sworn enemy of abundance.
Bro
And will
is
go
a
around
page. Nah, I think he's like a
eradicating
front runner.
Any followers
Yeah,
of
bro is
Yaoshi.
definitely a front
Bro's
runner.
got more generational hatred
Oh,
than
absolutely.
Gio does for the Joestar lineage.
That
and
is a
poor
front runner right
Yaoshi
there.
is just in the corner, sitting
Bro, I
down
wish
going,
Garn
"Alright,
can do this for
guys,
Uma Musume. That would be crazy.
I don't mean to victim blame, but you literally did ask for it. So they commit a bit of casual deforestation, destroying this immortality granting trees because fuck trees, am I right? What the fuck have trees done? Supplying oxygen and immortality to people. Puh, I spit on you. So what's the Luofu storyline? It's this tree and a Stellaron. Because of course it's a Stellaron.
It's
We hear a
always a
rumor that
Stellaron.
there's a Stellaron on board
Luofu.
from Kafka. And you know what
Luofu.
happens when Kafka goes fetch? We go. And it
Dude,
seems
I
like
swear to God, man, bro. Like, dude, Kafka's model is like after like it's been 2 years, guys. It's been 2 years, and holy shit, that she's still like, yeah, she's big, right?
And it seems like
Yeah.
someone's gone and fucking
That is
done it
crazy
by
good.
planting a Stellaron at the root of this tree, causing it to resurrect along with this deer tree thingy. But who could have done such a thing? Turns out, not everyone agrees that immortality is a bad thing, so they all gather together in secrecy, forming this weird-ass group called the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, who
Oh my
looked
God,
at the
it's
way
first
everyone
shit.
was hating on Yaoshi and was like, I know Yaoshi, yeah, she crazy, man. She fucking sucks. God, I hate her guts. Can't let go, no, I secretly fuck with this. Little do we know that there's a real mastermind orchestrating everything from behind the scenes. That's revealed to us at breakneck speed. Yep, it was a real plot twist.
The
Someone got
first
Thanos
Lord
snapped out of
Ravager.
existence. All right, I'm gonna go watch
And
some
there
TikTok
it
character
is.
videos now.
Oh,
You'll never be able to guess who it is this time, lads. That's right, the fucking Antimatter Legion are at it again. And this time is one of their
Antimatter
head
Legion.
honchos, Fantilia, who is
Oh
one of
my
Nanook's
God, the
emanators.
giantess.
And she takes the form of, God
Oh my lord, the giantess,
damn.
bro.
Sure Thanos had to clap for this one. Yes, this entire thing was just the Antimatter Legion trying to destroy the
Luofu.
from within. And they would have
Bro,
gotten
that
away
T-Man
with
is
it
me
too
right
if
there.
it wasn't
Oh
for
my
Dan
lord,
Hung,
that's
who
good.
is secretly a
Whoa.
dragon person. Because Dan Hung is actually the reincarnation of Dan Fung, the cooler Daniel. Not to be confused with Dan Sung or Dan Dung, who also has a history with Blade, because they used to be really good friends, but not too good of friends. But according to some of the lore you can find in some of the relic sets, they were what you call bosom friends.
What?
Hey, yo, what? But that's all in the past now, because Blade actually hates Dan Hung, because Dan Hung was previously Dan Fung, and Dan Fung committed a crime which caused Blade to be immortal. So Blade now hates Dan Fung, but he got reincarnated to Dan Hung, so they are no longer bosom friends, they are bosom enemies. Now kiss. They're just
Okay, so like, Frivola, and Roll was the first one. They used to be friends, and then Roll went to visit Frivola, and then Bro lost his marriage, and wiped out, and then Frivola.
Enemies, guys! So we get another team up. Fang returns and parts the fucking waterway, Moses style. We take down the second mummy boss of this game so far, and this boss music is an absolute prop. That's it.
Luofu.
Done. Alright, this video is getting a bit long, so what do we got next?
That was a W summary also.
Welcome to Penacony, the land of festivity.
Oh my god, it's
Disneyland. It's taking a few hours to complete all the stories.
It's where I met my girlfriend.
A lot more. This world is the legally distinct Disneyland for people who look like this, bringing in the wealthiest and most privileged individuals from all around the universe.
Elon Musk?
To its main attraction.
Oh my goodness.
Tick-tock, our friends awake and asleep. Welcome to...
Fuck me, is that Tiki Mouse? The dreamscape is like the Inception and the Matrix had one big incestuous baby. It's a lucid dream world you share with all the other attendees there where anything is possible. Get blackout drunk without having a hangover? Go for it.
Dream Gem.
Fucking Tuesday at Spoons, innit? Gacha! In your gacha game.
Channel, you could get a like from this. I think the grand prize for this was one of the Memory of Chaos icons. This changes everything.
Real life money wasn't enough.
Bro, they should have more.
Damage can kill you.
Bro, imagine they add this event in the future updates, but you can put DDDs. Oh, that would be
relevant
really
if
good.
Star Rail actually had a jump button. Here we'll run into people like Dr. L plus Ratio, the real gacha man. My little sister. My little sister can't be this cute. And just another totally normal cute anime girl here. Nothing to see here, guys. Just
oh my god, no.
And of course,
it's
season 20
Firefly.
of my favorite Hoyoverse anime. Can a girl-girl friendship survive? Now, kid. I need an adult. This is also where we get introduced to a plethora of new factions because they've invited everyone under the sun to attend. So I'm going to try and keep this as fast as possible. Starting things off with one of the biggest factions in the Honkai Star Rail universe. The IPC. The IPC is like if the IRS, Amazon, and the S&P 500 came together and made one big incestuous baby. And don't ask why I keep saying incestuous baby. It's not that deep. It is the mega corporation of megacorporations, controlling all business transactions from across the universe. Its mere concept is enough to give Jeff Bezos the biggest morning wood of his life. They supposedly follow our old friend Clipoff, the Eon of Preservation, but the IPC believes, unlike the architects from Jarilo-VI, that they need one thing and one thing only to help Clipoff meet their goals. Money. And they've sent one of their representatives, Adventuring, to try and get some of those big fat Penacony profits. It's always money. Bro,
I swear to God, I think I said it before, literally like on Adventuring's launch, it would have been, I feel like it would have been cooler if you used cards instead of coins. Like literally like Twisted Fate. I don't know, I feel like cards are cooler than coins. Like to represent gambling, right? As a, like what could be a better representation of gambling with like the cards and the 4 different suits, you know what I'm saying? But that's just
brand, because one of his attacks is literally beating the fuck out of you with money. He's not even rich. He's just reckless about spending his money. Honestly, I vibe with that. You have the Galaxy Rangers.
Yeah, I know it's chips, money, coins, whatever it is. I get it. But I just like cards,
with parental controls on.
I like Twisted Fate, bro.
There's Acheron, who pretends to be a Galaxy Ranger, but really, her true identity is the Emanator of Nihility, which makes her pretty damn powerful. Now, Nihility is all about a state of nothingness or non-existence, so I don't know how she got the job, but I assume it went something along the lines of...
Mood awful.
You got the job. Wait, what? There's Black Swan. Now, her whole thing becomes a lot more relevant in the next world, so we'll come back to her. There's this one girl from a faction called the Masked Fools, who is not too relevant right now, but I just want to mention their Eon, because their entire path philosophy seems to be Lamau. Why not?
Yo, chat, fun fact. I saw this, I think around the same day that I was cooking up the Aeon of the, the Noosh, right? The actual Aeon of is actually not the mask here. It's the guy behind the mask, bro. There's this guy behind my editors. Can you zoom into that real quick? Yeah, that probably is the real So we don't even know who the hell this guy is. Yeah, but initially when like the first impression is that, okay, maybe this like laughing mask guy was probably but it's this whole other shit which I think was very, very interesting.
Used to be Lamau. Why not? Like this one time, made one of their emanators a worm. A fucking worm. Like, can you just imagine all the Eons out there vying for power, and Aha's just there in the corner like, he turned into a worm. Funniest shit I've ever seen. The Celeron Hunters are back at it again, this time
Che, would you
sending in
love me if I was a
Firefly,
worm?
who has a sad backstory because she has space cancer or some shit, but most importantly, she
Space
takes you on a date. A date. And then she ended up crashing top-up services and breaking every revenue record Star Rail had on release. Like, come on, guys. Are we such
The
simple
strongest
creatures?
DPS
Are we
in
just
HSR.
that easy to manipulate? Why are you showing footage of my Firefly? And all
The
these different
strongest
factions
DPS
gather
in
together on
HSR.
Penacony, because Penacony is run by a group called the Family. That's run by a man named Gopher Wood, who has 2 adopted children in Sunday and Space Taylor Swift.
One day
and their security
after.
is run by Gallagher, right here. Finally, Star
He's
Rail
13,
adding a
by the
proper daddy to their roster.
I'm 13.
Goddamn. My boy's aging at the speed
Wait,
of
Che,
light.
you know when he said that?
Roster.
I'm
It's
13.
this is a joke, right? Like we all know. Wait, we know that he's a joke, right? Like he's joking, right? Like he's actually not saying that he's 13, right? Like he's chilling, he's joking. He's really 13 because it's a dog area. He's saying he's deaf. All right, the whole like tarot cards and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. But like he said it as not actually represent his age is 13, right? It's more like a similar to all that kind of stuff, right?
Goddamn.
13 is the tiara
My boy's aging at the speed
Yeah,
of light.
absolutely.
And their history ties
Yo,
right
even
into
as
the
a brand,
founding and main storyline of Penacony. Because before Penacony was this luxury vacation spot, it was a barren desert with a rather embarrassing leakage problem. Because it was leaking
Leakers.
Memoria. What is Memoria?
Leakers all over the place.
Memory come.
Leakers
Alright, if you want a more
ruined the
detailed
Penacony.
explanation, Memoria is this substance that serves as a vessel for human memories and consciousness that seems to be some sort of physical manifestation of memories or mental energy that can sometimes group together in high concentration and can have a negative impact if a normal human is exposed to it for too long.
I have no idea what you just said. Basically, bad stuff.
It's memory come. So the IPC sees this and thinks,
Okay, sure, that works too.
turning Penacony into a prison planet where they send all their
Money.
prisoners to help fix the Memoria
Money.
leaks. I don't know what I'm doing right now. That was meant to be mining, I think. Yes, everyone thought Penacony was meant to be Vegas, but
Money.
think about it. Former prison colony, barren deserts, pokies everywhere you look. This is fucking former prison colony, barren deserts, pokies everywhere you look.
What? Wait, what? What is that? Wait, what does that mean? Pokies everywhere. There's pokies everywhere. Oh, Pokies the casino. Oh, okay, Pokies. Okay, one last time.
Think about it. Former prison colony, barren deserts, pokies everywhere you look. This is fucking space Australia. Eventually, the prisoners spend so much time around Memoria
That is
they
crazy.
begin
It's
losing
slot
their
machines?
actual
Okay,
dicks
no,
and
no,
they start
no.
to enter
I didn't know
shared
that. I did not know
dream
that.
worlds, like the ultimate VR gamers in a shared server. Now, what do all gamers dream of doing together?
Jeez.
That's right.
Damn.
Rising up. They rise up against the IPC,
Arise!
take back the planet, and of course this is the perfect time for a Celeron to come in and be like, why hello there. Allow me to introduce myself. With the planet in utter chaos, this is when Xipe, the Eon of Harmony, descends down and tells them,
Yes, it is I, the Eon of Harmony. Can you, like, stop being so not harmonious and stuff?
nice rack! So Xipe helps the prisoners integrate
does
with the
have a nice
family.
rack.
They split up into
She
7
does have a
different
nice
factions,
ababa.
which eventually becomes
It's a she,
5,
right? Yep,
giving
she
them
does have a
control
nice
over
ababa.
Penacony with no more IPC. Yay, we did it, guys! We beat capitalism! And so then the family thinks to themselves, wait guys, hear me out, crazy idea. What if we turn this shared dream world into a commercialized vacation spot where all the rich people spend all their money, and we can even throw this big festival called the Charmly Festival where we only invite the most important people from around the universe to attend. Yay, capitalism!
Money.
Now as followers of the Harmony,
So they
a path
overthrew
all about
capitalism and they
getting
got
along
that
well with each
capitalism
other
back.
through mutual trust and
Damn.
cooperation, you'd think the family would be just a bunch of chill dudes. Well, that would be the case if the leader wasn't secretly getting his dick wet for another Eon. See, Eons might seem like these immortal, everlasting, godlike beings, but they can actually be slain,
the
and some of
order.
them can even be absorbed into other Eons, which is exactly what happened to Enna, the Eon of Order. Now, Enna is all about controlling the masses through strict
Enna.
oppressive means to maintain order. She is the final form of your Asian mum when you tell her you're getting an art degree. But like every good Minecraft YouTuber,
Enna.
bitch just became irrelevant, and eventually Xipe came along and assimilated Enna inside of her, which is essentially an Aeon getting bored to death. I don't know why I wrote that sentence. But unfortunately for Penacony, this Asian mum is the Eon that the head of the family secretly follows. They don't want the new hotness. They want old and busted. And
Okay, respectfully, I feel like Xipe is just like way better, you know? you know. For all we know, you don't even know like what she actually has, you know what I'm saying? Like she is like, you know.
And so the head of the family comes up with this plan to resurrect Enna and leaves it to his adopted son, Sunday, to enact it. Now, Sunday is a man with a strong personal philosophy. He just wants everyone to be happy, even if that happiness...
I just like how this bird is just staring at you as he zooms in, and this bird just staring.
comes from sheltering people from the harsh realities of the world by force.
Oh my god, it's
and
Bolka.
he thinks this way because
it's Bolka.
Okay, well, there we go. All right, I'll leave you for a second. We'll come back to him. He wants to activate the Stellaron, putting Penacony into a permanent dream world where people can't wake up from it. It will be a perfect paradise with no conflict, no pain, no suffering, and no illness, where people are completely unaware that it's a dream. Oh, he's the bad guy, right? Oh, I'm sorry, free will. People don't get free will. Yay for free will. I'd always choose free will. I say
liberty and freedom, ladies and gentlemen, by the power of America.
Increasingly dictated by algorithms.
Wait, what did you say?
I didn't choose finding. I say 3 hours into my TikTok scrolling sesh, being mindlessly fed videos I didn't choose, finding my life increasingly dictated by algorithms. Yeah. Because if there was one thing Sunday didn't account for, it was us,
that's
the Trailblazer. Because we turned up to the
rot.
final battleground because is he still talking about the bird? Let's give him a minute. I'm sure he's almost finished.
8 hours later.
To fashion a cage for it.
Oh, shit. Because we turn up to the final battleground because a little birdie once told, oh, for fuck's sake. And this all culminates in one of the most hype moments of the game so far, where we take on this heavenly mechanical conductor thing while fucking Space Swift sings in the background, and we throw a goddamn train at it. Yes, we beat the final boss by driving a fucking train into it.
This was good.
It was fucking beautiful. Look, guys, all I'm saying is, I'm not an Idol fan. But in the aftermath,
that was really good.
Back and acquire some shares of
oh my god, when they play in the next year's music festival and they start singing Proi Proi, oh my god, bro, that would be crazy.
Penacony, which somehow ends in us getting 5%, which, I mean, yay, capitalism! And then Black Swan hitches a ride with the Astro Express along with the newly reformed Sunday as well.
Sus.
All right, Sunday, I know you just tried to take over Penacony, but we're cool with that. We're cool. I can forgive that. Just, if you're going to be here, can you just not talk about any birds? Is that cool? Are you cool with that? All right. Let's fly off to our next destination. This brings up to our final stop so far and Star Rail's most ambitious story yet. Amphoreus. Now the Amphoreus' arc is not currently finished, so we're not going to get too heavy into spoilers, so I'll just give you a basic overview of what this world is about. Welcome to the world of God of War. In space, a world themed about the Greek mythos that nobody knows anything about. It's so shrouded in mystery that even Akavili did not visit this place when he was trailblazing around the universe. Come on, Akavili, mate, get with it. How the fuck do you miss this place? And the only reason we know anything about it is because of Black Swan. Remember when we said we'd come back to her? Well, Black Swan is a member of the Garden of Recollection, and they follow the Aeon Fuli, the Aeon of Remembrance. This path is all about preserving memories and keeping records of everything that's happened so no one forgets anything, which is useful for anyone over the age of 30. Because if you've been paying close attention, you may notice that every world's been themed around a certain path. We've gone from preservation to abundance to harmony, and now we are here at Remembrance. We even get our own remembrance powers by adopting this cute little pink feline called Mem, who stays with us on our journey and constantly talks in our ears and wait a minute.
Okay, with all due respect, Mimi clears Paimon, bro. Mimi actually does shit. Right? She's actually tier 0. Actually, you fucking casuals, and Mimi is a goddamn tier 0 support. You slap bitch onto everyone. She actually gets her sand dirty, gets into battle, and actually provides value to pretty much every single crit defense in the entire team. Right? What the fuck has Paimon been?
Oh no. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. But what is this world all about? Well, remember at the start of the video when I said try not to be intimidated by the amounts of eons out there? Well, apparently that wasn't enough information because Amphoreus has its own godlike beings that are not eons or emanators. They're called Titans, and they created the world of Amphoreus. And there are 12 of them. Oh god, by the end of
Holy
this
shit.
game, I swear,
Iru,
Star Rail's gonna
write
have
this
more
down,
mythology.
man. The next
Actual
video on
mythology.
MrPokke,
Alright,
it has to
lock in, gang,
exceed
'cause I'm gonna go
above
over
and
this
beyond.
pretty quickly.
Holy shit.
War and death to the planets.
Yep.
Alright, you get all that?
Yep.
No?
Oh,
No one was listening?
I was.
Well, that's okay, because unless you actually want to deep dive on how
don't worry
each
about it,
Titan's
yeah, don't worry
story
about it.
ties into the
It's okay,
world,
I got it.
all you really need to know is that all of these Titans came from these things called core flames that was given to Amphoreus by an even higher god. Who is this higher god? I don't know. I'll never tell. XOXO, Gossip Girl. I don't actually know. The most notable Titan you should be aware of, though, is Kefle, the world-bearing Titan, who created the humans of this world and is the site of humanity's last stronghold. Because everything was chill until the Black Tide came along and fucked everything up. Wait, it's the Black Tide this time and not a Stellaron?
The Black Tide.
That can't be right. Stellaron! Stellaron! Where are you? I know you're hiding somewhere here, you son of a bitch! The Black Tide is this mysterious corrupting force that turns people into fucking fent-out tweakers. It destroyed multiple cities and turned several of the Titans mad. And so, to avoid corruption, Kefle just goes, dun 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 dun, fucking blue screens himself, but not before bestowing a prophecy upon humanity. 12 chosen heroes with golden blood will appear, strong enough to defeat the Titans and take their core flames, ascending to become demigods. Only then will humanity come to a new era of prosperity. I don't know why I said come. These heroes will be known as the Amphoreus 5-star units.
Whoa.
And that's the basic premise of Amphoreus.
The 5 stars.
Kicking the shit out of the Titans with the Chrysos heirs, jacking their core flames, and letting Hoyoverse spend their budget on these very beautiful alt animations.
Agleias
Tribios, who
Badongadonks.
despite her looks, is already a demigod, along with Aglaia, who has the core flame of the Titan of Romance. And all I'm saying is, she can romance me any what? There's Castris, who is,
Death.
Which is okay. Nothing much to say about her story, actually. And of course, you have Mighty and Phynon. Mighty, who is an Angie boy, who I swear to God is trying to compete with Sung
Oh, they are friends.
for Aura Farmer of the Year. And then you have Phynon.
Yeah, they're just
who is
friends.
a good boy. The goodest of boys.
Friends.
He, goes through a lot. Together they make a great team, except they would do if they weren't bitter rivals who compete in absolutely everything they do. But guys, that's actually really early because they actually care about each other and they're just trying to bring out the best in each other because they're the best of friends, but they would never admit that because they're bitter rivals.
Oh my god, he included the fucking the fucking bath scene, bro. Okay, wait, let's go back. He actually included the bath scene.
Bitter rivals. You know,
you cannot tell me that that was not intentional, by the way. That was 1 billion% intentional. They know exactly what the fuck they were doing. You know, that's
I would say now kiss, but I'm pretty sure they already kiss each other goodnight. And that's the setup for Amphoreus in a nutshell, which is the bare bones surface level explanation for all the things hiding underneath this world. I will say there have been some developments in the overarching story arc, but what I will say is that compared to previous arcs, the setup and execution is actually far more straightforward than what we've seen in Star Rail before. We are just over halfway through the story arc right now, and I will say, as an aside, it is actually shaping up to be my favorite Star Rail story arc and world so far.
Holy shit, not sponsored by the way.
And of course, that
not
leads us
sponsored
to
by the way,
final
absolutely.
development in the Honkai Star Rail
Absolutely.
universe,
The best in the whole world.
Fated crossover with
Whoa, the fake collab.
Blade Works.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! We fucking did it, guys!
Holy shit!
How,
the best Fate event story. Absolute cinema.
This is more of a side story.
Holy shit! Absolute cinema.
With no beach.
Look
and
at
just a Holy
Spargo.
Grail. We head back to Penacony, where one of
And
the heads of the
there it is.
families, Oti, was messing around, where he just stumbles upon a
the
Holy
best
Grail.
story
But
in
not
the
just
entire
any Holy
collab,
Grail.
absolutely.
It is a mini Holy Grail. Bro, I'm lucky enough to find £5 in my pocket, and then there's this guy stumbling upon a bloody Holy Grail. And so he decides to host his own mini Holy Grail war. Now, any true Fate fan would know that the Holy Grail war is always held in secret with no way for the public to know.
Absolutely.
But this one is different. OT holds a public Holy Grail war, and I assume charges people more than your average influencer boxing match to watch the bloodbath unfold. Summon famous people from Penacony, where some of them mess up and accidentally summon some familiar faces from a different universe.
Wait,
wrong universe, wrong universe.
Holy shit, Himiko Badongadonks.
Accidentally summons the King of Knights themselves, Saber. Adventurine somehow summons Archer, and of course, Boot Heel gets our favorite son of a nice lady, Lancer.
He's gonna be playable, guys. I am gonna call it. He is going to be playable, right? This is the part one, right? This is the part one. You can see how towards the end of the story of the conclusion over there, Otis had a little bit of the additional. Ooh, you know, there is gonna be something. So bro is coming back, right? Bro is coming back. Not today, not tomorrow, but bro is going to be coming back. Absolutely.
Who is alive? And Berserker's master and servant is Oti. He's Berserker's Star Rail's master and servant. But we have Berserker right over there. And that's it. The collaboration is out right now, so whether you're a Fate fan or a Star Rail player or you're both...
Bro, can you imagine if Odie wasn't the final boss and Kuwawa was the final boss? And then this guy is a Kuwawa is trying to like just find a little bit of a competition, you know, trying to like sort out a couple of things for Better Bogu. And then she is the final boss. And then you fight a giant Savrok. You fight a giant... Because think about it, right? Savrok is already in the game. Right, you literally just fight it. Even though they would be reusing the same models, it would make more sense. They just make Kara the final boss, and then they reuse Savrok like a giga big Savrok. Oh, that would have been so crazy.
Go get it while you can, gamers. And
free, by the way.
That completes my very quick rundown of
free
Honkai
event.
Look, this game has only been out for about 3 years, and I'm not gonna lie.
Actually,
there is so much
and a half.
And so much story to go through that I had to cut a ridiculous amount out of some of these worlds. This was all meant to just be a very basic introduction into the entire world and story of Star Rail, and even then, it somehow is even longer than my Fate video. So if you want to get the full picture, there are already some very talented content creators covering this topic. Or you know what?
Absolutely.
You can just go play the game yourself. Because while this is the short version, I will categorically say this now.
Oh my god, I just realized he didn't touch on 2.6. The whole arc about Reva completely gone. I don't even think he knows who the fuck Reva is, bro. I think he literally just pressed skip. I'm not sure if he can. I think he can, right? He literally just pressed, oh, 2.6 did not exist. Let's go for it. Like, there was like zero measure. Because 2.6, okay, let's just be real. 2.6 is like Game of Thrones Season 8, right? So we're gonna pretend that did not happen. So, yeah, let's continue.
That there will never be a long version from me.
Reasons sub explained.
Future holds.
Reasons sub explained. And there it is.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Once again, thank you very much to Hoyoverse for sponsoring today's video. You can check out the Honkai Star Rail Fate collab right now by clicking that link in the description to check it out for yourself.
The best gacha game in the whole world, by the way.
I am doing
the best gacha in the whole world.
only theater premiere for my anime, Ban. It is going to be on the 24th of August at 6 p.m. at the Grand Cinema Sunshine Ikebukuro in Japan. I'm excited, but very nervous to show you guys what I've been working on. So if you want to join me for what is possibly the biggest night of my career so far, you can get tickets at barnpremiere.petrix.com. Links in the description below as well. But yeah, even though this was a sponsored video, this took a lot of work. Way more work than any of my usual videos. Damn. So I want to give a quick shout out to
Can you imagine like this is like the work that you took, bro? Imagine Ashikai, bro. She is the GOAT. Ashikai is the I think without Ashikai, my enjoyment for Amphoreus, it would not be nearly as much. Especially to what you're for, bro. Like lore tubers needs like huge fucking effort to like dig through like every single dialogue in your fucking, not even like in the story, in like your fucking SU missions, in your SU curios, in your relics, in your, and then they compile everything to combine into the conclusion derived from everything with the game. Oh, that is just absolute fucking, like, the amount of effort is crazy.
Editing
It's
team
so
and just my
Lord
team in general
University
for
is
helping
way
me
more
make this
recognition.
video. There is absolutely no way I could have done this by myself or with just one person. As you can hopefully tell, even though this was a sponsored video, they put their everything into this, and I think they earned a much needed break. And guys, just a quick update, the seasonal
Ew, you have
summer
no
anime
breaks, by the
in a
way.
nutshell
All in
video
for
will be
Uma
a
Bogi.
little bit late this
All in
season
for Uma
because
Bogi.
I'm
waiting for
kind
the
of busy
Harurara.
working on this mega project and also
Oh wait,
working on
wait, is Harurara dead? Wait, is Harurara ready? Oh my god, yes,
for that video coming a little bit later this season, but it is still coming.
I knew you would come.
Anyway though, that's been it from me for today. I've been Gigguk, and I'll see you all next time.
Yippee! W video, W symbol of absolute fucking W. Very good. He really like broke down everything to make it like, it is probably the best beginner entry video for a casual HSR player. For a casual HSR tourist, especially if you have never heard of what the game is about. Within 47 minutes, he condensed 4 patches or like 4 planets worth of information. I think it was done exceptionally well. Very W. So yeah, I don't think he needs an introduction because everybody know who got it. The GOAT, right? The man himself, the GOAT, right? He also rated us a couple of times. So all the best for your gacha boost. World of the day is gonna be, wait, what time is it now? Holy shit, 25 minutes, 35 minutes to the live stream. Join Twitch, join Discord, join the YouTube, Poke, or themselves, gamers up. Join our Patreon for all of our enemies you are working and watching, seeing the all the best, guys, to say guys, time. Take care.